Hello everyone, today I'm back with another video that hopefully doesn't offend you. I'll be sharing 10 beauty mistakes that might be aging you, making you look older, maybe even a little outdated, and I'll be sharing exactly what you might be doing wrong and how to fix them. I also just want to say these are just some suggestions, they're just my opinions. Not everything in this video will work for everyone 100% of the time, but they're just some things to keep in mind, and I completely agree that aging, we should embrace. Like it is a privilege, as they say. But at the same time, like we all like to look better, you know what I mean? So let's get started with the first mistake that I often see, and I saw it in myself, and you might struggle with it, but it's not addressing your thinning hair. As we age, we definitely start to lose more of our hair. We start to shed more. I mean, years ago, like I had a terrible hairline. It was very thinning. It was almost like I was balding around my hairline. So one of my friends recommended Vegamour to me, and I've recommended this product in countless YouTube videos since. So huge thank you to Vegamour. I've teamed up with them for this video. I love their product so much. It's made such a big difference in my hair, especially my hairline. If you're interested in any products, I have a code with them, and it's Shay for 20% off site-wide. And I would just encourage you to look at the products, read the reviews, look at their before and after photos. I just swear if you're consistent, you will absolutely see a huge difference. So again, let me just share my before photo that I discovered. I didn't even realize I had this photo, but I found this on my personal Facebook page a few months back, and this was from like 8 years ago. I cannot even believe this photo was there, honestly, because I never wore my hair up because I was so worried about what my hairline looked like. But as you can see, my hairline was so thin, and look at it now. Like, look at my hairline now. So let's just fast forward to about 2 years ago. This photo I screenshot from an old YouTube video, and again, I'm kind of surprised I was wearing my hair like this for a YouTube video because I never did that. But again, you can really see how thin my hairline was. So I started using this, and you have to be very consistent. You have to use this every day. It's their hair serum. It's the Grow Hair Serum, and it's just like, it's kind of like a water consistency. It's just not going to make your hair greasy or oily. You can use this in the morning or the night. All of their products, by the way, are vegan, cruelty-free, no scary ingredients whatsoever, very, very healthy ingredients, but you have to be consistent. So I use this at night every day. It's by my nightstand. It's just part of my routine. I put it through my hair, like on my scalp, and then down around my hairline, and I just rub it in with my fingers. And around month 2-ish, I started to see little baby hairs grow in, and it was so exciting. The shedding drastically reduced. Like, you know, sometimes you get in the shower and it's just like so much is falling out. That drastically reduced. And then now look at my hairline. Like, it is so much better. So I love their hair serum. You can just get one bottle to try, but I'm just gonna be, again, just very upfront with you. They have a 3-pack, and you're not going to see results with just one bottle. One bottle lasts a month. You'll start to see results month 2 into month 3. So I would recommend the 3-pack because you do save money, but you're not going to see results with just one bottle. Here's the regular formula. This is the advanced formula. This is CBD infused. I love both. I've kind of flip-flopped between both. This is a little bit more pricey, but you can just read the reviews and kind of see what you might like better. I also swear by the scalp detoxifying serum. This is a really great product to use only maybe like once a week, maybe even once every few weeks if you're somebody that struggles even with dandruff, or just dry scalp. This really exfoliates your scalp and removes all of the dead skin cells so that, you know, these products actually absorb and work even better. But I really had trouble with dandruff, and this just knocked it out of the park. Like, it was just gone. I also love their scalp massager. I kind of use these together. They have a shampoo and conditioner. You don't need all of their products, but they're truly so good, and I love sharing them because, to me, you know, it's just a product that you really do see results. Like, you see a change, and I think that thinning hair really does age you, and this is a way that you can kind of literally turn it around. So again, I will have everything linked down below. You can use my code Shay for 20% off site-wide, but if you are absolutely consistent, you will love them. Now, the next mistake also involves hair, but it's actually your hairstyle or your haircut, and I'm not going going to throw on photos of like, these are terrible haircuts. I don't want to completely throw these women under the bus, but I'm more just going to give you suggestions of things you could try and maybe tweak a little bit to make yourself just look and feel a little bit more young and youthful and fresh. So I'm just going to start with the length of your hair. I feel like as women age, I see people just cutting their hair off because they think that their hair is too thin. Again, Vegamore could help with that. Or maybe the hair quality isn't good, so they just chop their hair. And I just really think even shoulder length hair or even longer layers really can make you look more youthful. So don't just chop your hair off as you get older. Also bangs, you could get some side swept bangs, some maybe fringy bangs, and that can hide some of the, as we age, we get more wrinkles on our forehead. I feel like that's a really young and fresh hairstyle, but also kind of is a little tactic to hide some of the wrinkles that we get. If you do want to cut your hair, maybe a pixie cut, but maybe not a curled pixie cut, maybe like Kris Jenner, for example. Here's a great photo of her. Her pixie cut is so youthful looking. It's a little bit straighter. Another thing that I would recommend is to avoid the bob. I think a lot of women kind of want to do the longer bob where it's like shorter in the back and longer in the front. And I feel like that is a very outdated hairstyle. If you like that hairstyle, I think a better way to go about it is actually to have a curlier bob. So again, those are just some suggestions you could try to look a little bit younger. The next mistake that is aging you at such a rapid pace is going to come out of left field. You are not going to expect them to say this. You can do your own research. I'll give you a brief overview. I have gone down a crazy rabbit hole. More and more and more is coming out about this, but it's insane. But it is seed oils. Seed oils that you consume that you think are healthy are aging you at such a rapid pace. So I'm talking about corn oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. We all have it in our head that, oh yeah, canola oil, it's so bad the way that they are processed. It actually turns into like free radicals in our body, and it just attacks our cells, and it's just aging us so fast. It's actually coming out that it is causing so many different diseases in our life. And again, I am not a doctor, I am not a scientist. Do your own research and come up with what you want to believe. But what seems to be the case is like the actual healthy options would be butter, olive oil, and avocado oil. Those are not derived from seeds. And so if you really do want to kind of make a healthier option, I would go that route and really avoid the seed oils. The next mistake that I often see is everyone being so concerned about their skin routine for their face, and they ignore, here's the mistake, they ignore their neck and their hands. That is where I see the majority of aging. It's not the face. Everyone wants Botox. Everyone wants to get all these procedures or even these laser treatments on their face. And really, I think they should be paying more attention to their neck and their hands, because that's just where you see it more. So again, I'm not saying you need to have all of these things done to your neck or your hands. I'm just saying apply your skincare to your hands and to your neck. Exfoliate. Exfoliation is one of the best tips out there, I think, for removing dead skin cells to prevent wrinkles, and then also allowing your skincare to actually absorb better and work better. The next beauty mistake, actually, this is really one of those instant tricks. It happens to everybody of all ages, but it does make you look older. It makes you look tired, and this is like an instant trick you can do to fix it, but it's when your eyes look really tired and red. Have you guys heard of Lumify? This is such a bestseller on Amazon. That's where I first saw it. I mean, it has thousands and thousands and thousands of positive reviews. It is just an instant eye drop that you put it in your eyes, and in 1 minute you see a huge before and after, and then it works for about 8 hours. And it's just one of those things, you don't need to use it every single day. It's not gonna hurt your eyes or anything like that, but it makes you look so much more awake and youthful, and the whites of your eyes are actually white and not pink or red or discolored. When they're white and clear, you look so much younger and just more attractive. The next beauty mistake definitely ages you, but it's also since become a little outdated, and that is using matte foundations. And don't get me wrong, I am extremely oily, so I know a lot of you out there are as well, and you're thinking,
I could never not use a matte foundation because I'm so oily.
And I used to think that, and I've shared this before, I'm sharing it again, but the it Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation. It's the best foundation, I feel like, for everybody. Not only are there like anti-aging skincare like in this, but it's very hydrating, it's full coverage, but it's like full coverage in such a good way. It covers everything, but you can use such a small amount, like a thin layer, sometimes like the thick, cakey, matte foundations. It just makes you look old. It does not do you any favors. Whereas this, as you can see, it does have some luminosity to it, but I'm so oily and this still controls my oil. It just gives me like a nice youthful glow. It does have an SPF in it. I just, if you haven't tried this foundation, I know if you've been watching me for a while, I sound like a broken record, but to me, this is not only kind of like an up-to-date foundation, but it's gonna make you look so much better. And I will have all of the products mentioned in this video linked below, but let's move on to the next mistake that I often see. And again, this is something that I used to do, but it's having just too much eye makeup. It really does instantly age you. And not only does it age you, but less eye makeup really is kind of more in style right now. So that's something also to keep in mind. So a couple just instant, I guess, recommendations for you. I would definitely switch to the brown eyeliner rather than black, and maybe just concentrate on the top lid, like around your waterline rather than all around your eye. If you go back to my older YouTube videos, I used to be very heavy-handed with the eyeliner and I'd use really dark eyeshadow shades, and people started calling me out, especially on Instagram. I'd get messages from people saying, when you have heavy, dark eye makeup, you look a lot older. And I didn't love getting those messages. I mean, it definitely was probably a hint of meanness in some of the tones, but it did cause me to compare and contrast, and I've since started using a lot lighter shades. I still put mascara on, but I use a lot of lighter eyeshadow shades, less eyeliner, and I do think it makes me look a lot more youthful, but also a little bit more in style. Let's talk about lips next, because my goodness, lips are a big deal these days. I don't know what happened. I mean, people spend so much time and money on making their lips look better, like whether it be lip injections or overlining their lips or just all of the techniques. I have never done anything to my lips. They're so bad. They peel so much. They look so much older than they really are. So many like wrinkles on my lips. So the biggest mistake that I see other women do is they're wearing matte lipstick or matte lip balms. You want to just really avoid anything matte on your lips, because it just dramatically enhances every single fine line and wrinkle. So what I like to do, and what I do literally every day, is I make my lips look wet, and that really smooths them out. I can link some of my favorite lip glosses below, but I usually do line my lips, and then I put on a good gloss, and it just fills in all the fine lines and wrinkles, and my lips look halfway decent right now, but if you only knew what was underneath. The next mistake that I see so many women make is just rushing out to get Botox. And if you, wow, so many people watching this now, like, don't be mad. Like, you can get Botox. I'm not against it. I've never had it. Maybe someday I'll get it. But I have done this technique. I mentioned this briefly before, but I think not a lot of people actually watch that video. But there is something else you can do first before you try Botox, and it is a miracle. It's called taping. So what you do is actually take a few pieces of tape. This is gonna sound so weird, guys. Just humor me and try it. You get a few pieces of tape, put it like on your hand first to get most of the stickiness off, and you're gonna put a few pieces of tape around the areas you would want to get Botox, okay? So I do like around here, you could do it around here, and you literally just do this at the end of the day for a few hours when you have all of your makeup off. Put tape around your forehead, wherever, and then go about your day. Every time you make a certain face that kind of like moves the tape, you feel it moving, you feel crinkles, you hear sounds, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even realize I was making that expression. And it trains your mind and your brain to not make those unnecessary expressions, which that is what Botox does. It stops you from making those unnecessary expressions. So this is such a cool little trick that if you do it for maybe a week or two, I think it took me like a week, but it did train me to stop making unnecessary expressions, and the wrinkles on my face went away. So this is a cool way to kind of get around Botox. Now, my last tip involves fashion. So this entire video has been about beauty mistakes that are aging you and making you look old and outdated. But I have some very specific fashion recommendations for you that make a big difference. So I will have everything in this video linked below, including Vegamore. Definitely check them out. My code is Shay for 20% off site-wide. But I'll see you on over in this video next, where I share specific fashion mistakes that are making you look old and outdated. Bye.